Hello everyone, EvilSaw13 here. On this video I will show you my real life version of the infamous mob in Minecraft that explodes right behind your back when you least expect it, as well as it ruining your awesome builds when you least expect it. So the infamous mob, yet iconic out of them all, is the Creeper. Me having a fair amount of knowledge and experience with the 3D modeling programs Maya and ZBrush, as well as me being a huge fan of the Minecraft game, I decided to sculpt the Creeper as if someone brought it into the real world. I've always wanted to do a real life version of the Creeper ever since, but I never had the time to do it until now. So keep in mind the finished version of this real life Minecraft Creeper is entirely through my personal vision. So this is what I think it will look like if it's in real life, based on my personal beliefs. Now, speaking of the actual Minecraft game, I will not go into details on how much I love this very simple indie game developed by Mojang, because I can literally go on for hours on the things that I love about the game, as well as the developers themselves. But that is not the purpose of this video. So yeah, the only thing that I can tell you guys about the game is that I've been playing Minecraft since beta 1.7. So I believe that's around, I think, March of 2011, and I've been playing it still up to this day, which is quite amazing for such a simple game. Minecraft is by far my favorite game up to date. But anyways, let's get to my 3D model of the real life Minecraft Creeper. Alright, so we are in Maya right now. These are just screenshots of the basic mesh of the Creeper that I'm going to do in ZBrush. Now, I don't have to do it in Maya first, but I've been taught this really cool pipeline. Since I'm majoring in visual effects, they teach us different pipelines. And one of the main pipelines that we learned was actually making it in Maya first, and then bringing it into ZBrush, because ZBrush is all about, you know, being creative and sculpting it. But what can you sculpt if there's nothing in there first, right? And I know that ZBrush you can automatically create something from scratch, but it's always good to have a good foundation first, which is made in Maya, and then it being sculpted in ZBrush. So it's a good method to practice and also to get used to, because I will use this throughout the rest of my life. But yeah, anyway, so here is the Minecraft Creeper in its most basic form. The only purpose for this is to achieve the form, and that's it. I don't have to worry about much about details, because they'll all be in the ZBrush. So here are some of the wireframes, so you can see the topology. And as you can see, this is considered not just the base mesh, but this is also known as the low poly form of a 3D model. So this is really low poly. I bet you if you pause the video, you can count the polygons in it, because it's that low poly. So you always start out with low poly and then subdivide your way up to the details, and finally the finished 3D model in ZBrush. So now let's take it to ZBrush. As you can see, I brought in the base mesh right here, and I basically used the move tool, the move brush, and I'm pretty much moving the polygons the way I want them to be. So now some of you may be thinking I can do this in Maya, so how come I didn't do that at first? Well, it's a lot easier with ZBrush, especially if you're using the tablet and the pen. So you can easily do that in ZBrush, and that's what's cool about ZBrush. It really feels like you're sculpting out of clay. So that's what I'm doing right here. And I also changed the color of the Creeper earlier from the default color from ZBrush, and that will help me visualize the final Creeper, or the final version of this 3D model. So yeah, I'm using the movie tab in ZBrush right now to record this, so I'm not using any fancy recording programs like Fraps or you know, some other software out there. So this is all in ZBrush, which is really cool, because I can pretty much do this anytime I want. And as you can see, if you guys saw that, we are on the second subdivision. So the first subdivision was pretty much me just editing the shape, pretty much. And now on the second subdivision, which is even more polys, or in this case squares for you guys, or rectangles, we're getting detail into the sculpture, and that's what subdivision is. So we're at the second subdivision right now. I'm pretty much modeling, you know, I guess the muscle structure. I wanted this to be realistic in a sense, you know. So no one really knows what the Minecraft Creeper is in real life, but I'm doing this in my own vision, as you can see. So I'm adding I'm starting to add wrinkles, and I'm starting to add the details on the stomach, so it will look like something is about to explode in there. So you know, so I'm building that. I'm building the fall off wrinkles, I guess, around the neck, so it's the gravity's pretty much pulling it down. And as you can see there, I was sculpting the rib cage shape, and basically doing some editing on near the foot, doing some wrinkles right there. I'm doing the anus, so I'm sculpting that, and I'm sculpting the shape of the head. Now I have to keep in mind when I was doing this, I can't go off too far from the actual creeper, because it will not look like a creeper at all. So I'm basing it off of the shape of the actual mob, and you guys will see that in the final, so you guys will know what I mean later on. And we're about to cross, I believe, subdivision 3, and you will notice that the polygons will multiply, or there'll be more of them, like right there. Yep, there you go. See? So that's even more polygons to work with and more details to work with. So I'm refining the I'm adding more wrinkles, giving more mass to the 3D model right here. Adding the kneecap right there, if you guys saw that. Adding more emphasis on pretty much the body, you know. So I'm adding some more skin flaps, as I call them, and I'm pretty much so I guess in this stage I've been working a lot on what the feet or the legs will look like, you know. And forgot to mention, I placed a reference picture right there behind the actual 3D model. So that's the image plane that I did on ZBrush, so I can, you know, quickly reference the actual creeper in Minecraft. And if you guys haven't noticed, the creeper in Minecraft, if you look at the actual mob, they seem to have black claws. So for some reason, I always thought that the creeper was something reptilian, like, you know. So later on, I'll actually texture this using, you know, snake textures. And right here, I'm doing the ribs, the actual ribs themselves, and it will actually look pretty awesome. So I want to give this somewhat of a humanistic sense as well, so it can't be too, you know, fantasy. You know, so like I said, I'm bringing this to life, and you have my word when I say that. So I'm doing the eyes right now, and if you notice in the Minecraft creeper, the actual mob, the eyes they're not pure black, which means they might have some eyelids, you know. So if you look closely in the actual skin of the mob, like I said, they're not pure black. So right here in ZBrush, I'm doing the eyelids, and later on I'm gonna paint them dark gray. And right there I'm doing the jawbone. So I'm really giving it that human feel. So jaw structures are right there. Added more wrinkles on the back, and as you can see now, and there you go, we switched, or we're on subdivision 4. Yeah, 4. I'm starting to lose count. So we're in subdivision 4 right now. So this is even more polygons to work with. So I really gotta put more, you know, like details on this, and that's pretty much how ZBrush works. And not just ZBrush, 3D modeling in general, you work your way up to the details. So I'm adding the spinal cord right there to give it, you know, more emphasis on the fact that it does have anatomy, and it's not just a freaking rectangle thing with legs. And there you go, I'm adding the veins from the stomach, and the reason why I'm doing organic details like this on the stomach is because I want to make it look like that this thing is gonna explode in your face if you get too close. And a lot of people think that creepers have TNT inside them. Well, that's I can understand why, because TNT explodes, and you know, other than TNT and creepers in Minecraft, there's not that many things that explode in Minecraft pretty much. So people think that TNT is like inside of creepers, and a part of me thinks that it's not, maybe not so, you know, because what if in real life this creeper is right beside you, and what if it can it has the ability to corrode itself within its stomach and explode, you know, if you take it into a a real life sense. Maybe that's the reason why they explode. So I'm really giving it that organic feel in the stomach, as if something is really inside there and it's gonna explode, you know. That kind of makes you think about creepers and why they explode. So yeah, this is Subdivision 4, adding even more wrinkles, and I'm also editing the older ones that I made back in Subdivision 2. So this is looking really good. When I actually finished this 3D model around Christmas time. So this was when I was in the Philippines. So it was really fun doing this. And I remember when I finished sculpting this in ZBrush, I realized that the Minecraft documentary was out. So it was really fun watching that. But yeah, here it is. It's coming to life. Some of you might be asking, how many subdivisions will it take for you to finish? Well, you can actually go unlimited. Like, you know, there's no limit in subdivisions, really. The only limit is your RAM. And I have 8 gigs of RAM, so I'm pretty sure I can take a lot of subdivisions. But you don't want to go too far with polygons, because it will really slow down your model as well as your program. And it's not really a smart thing to do. It doesn't mean that your model has a million polygons. It's automatically better than another model similar. So a good 3D modeler knows how to balance details and polygons, and that's the trick to becoming a good modeler. And that's something I want to pursue as a career after college here in the Art Institute. So I'm adding more emphasis on the ribs, and I add some details on the side of the head. And I believe we just crossed over to Subdivision 5. I believe, is it 5 or 6? 5, yeah, 5. And I remember doing this on the next day. So all this sculpting that you guys are seeing, this is within a period of a couple days. So I could have done this all in one day, but I had other stuff to do. So I pretty much broke down this sculpture into days. You know, and I know that this is a whole new day when I know that this is a whole new day because the color changed, and I really don't know why I made it dark green, but maybe it's because so I can see the details better. So I'm adding more lumps right here on the stomach, so it will look good on the upper subdivision. So yeah, there you go. More emphasis on the rib cage, more wrinkles on the back, more on the legs, and but yeah, it's coming along real fine, real good. This is looking really good. ZBrush is really a good program when it comes to 3D modeling, and it really does make you feel like you're sculpting clay when you're actually sculpting just polygons. So in this I decided to add more features to the face, or to the head, I mean, and I really wanted this to be detailed, as well as I usually go for the details a lot, and that's just me as an artist. I really love detail, so I really stress out about it. So as you can see, I'm carving in details all along the stomach, pretty much all around the entire model, and that's how I'm getting those fine wrinkles. And here we are on I believe this is subdivision, I've seriously lost count, so I think this is 6, yeah, subdivision 6, because I changed colors. So I remember at this time I'm starting to think about the actual paint job, or the color map for this. So I think usually on subdivisions like around here, like 5 or 6 or 7, you're not really adding more detail, you're just refining the details that you already made by using, you know, various brushes. So as you can see, the face is a lot more clean now. And now this is the texture stage. I increased my subdivision. You should always have a good subdivision level when you're about to do textures, because it's on the polys pretty much. So yeah, I pretty much used um, reptile skin, and I pretty much stamped it on there. And as you can see, the the texturing stage was a bit fast because it takes no skill to stamp texture into something. But here's the color stage. As you can see, I started off with the base color, and that is the lighter green that you see before this darker green right here. And that will actually resemble the actual. That's actually from the real Minecraft mob. It does have lighter green pixels on it, so I started off with that. And I'm pretty much right now what I'm doing is I'm using green midtones and I'm coating everything. Not everything, but this is how I usually do paint jobs, even with my masks. And right here I'm going over the darker areas with darker green. And the details are actually propping up, and it really looks sick. I like that. And I bet you if you saw this in real life, you'll be creeped out. I think that's why they call it creepers. But yeah, going over darker areas. You can really see depth in the model now due to the color. And I remember when I was doing this, I realized that I added too much black, so I decided to add a lighter coat of green, and I believe I'm about to do that right now. So I'm pretty much making the claws black as seen on the reference picture right there. So yeah, here it is. Added white around the stomach. So I'm really obsessing about the fact that something is inside that stomach, and I really want people to think that, and you can actually demonstrate that through color. And there you go. This is the finished Minecraft creeper model done in ZBrush. So here it is. Here's the finished 3D model done in ZBrush and Maya of my real life version of the Minecraft creeper, and it looks really nice. I like how it turned out. Really detailed. The colors are good. Everything about it is good, I think, in my personal opinion. I really did achieve the fact that if you brought the Minecraft creeper to real life, you would get something like this, pretty much, in my opinion. And yeah, here's the close-up of the upper half of the body. As you can see, the textures are really good. I didn't have enough time to talk about the textures because the Subdivision 7 was pretty much too fast to talk about. So I think it's time to talk about it now. So as you can see, I think I did a pretty okay job of the texture. So you can see that the Minecraft creeper, the model actually has some rigid, somewhat of like a snake or reptilian feel to it, and that's what I wanted it to look like. Actually, I've seen numerous sculptures of the Minecraft creeper, like for example, not sculptures, I mean like people who drew them, people who made them, similar to what I'm doing right now. And most of the creepers that they're making, they all look reptilian to me. Some of them even went out of their ways to add fangs. So I wanted mine to be something traditional to the actual Minecraft creeper mob in the game. And I think I did a good job doing that. And I still achieved the look of the creeper pretty much on the face. It's not too deformed, So the eye shape and the mouth shape, they're still there, it's just brought into real life. And the lower body itself is quite good. I like it. I think I did good. I think I did good on the coloring for this one, especially on the wrinkles and especially on the stomach. It really looks like it's about to explode when you go near it, and that's what I want people to think. So I got those organic details in. So it's really cool what you can do with ZBrush. Your details can have flow in them, and that's what I love about it. So So now let's actually take a look at the texture maps of this thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to morph UV, and what that will actually do in ZBrush on your model is that it would actually show you the UVs in a very awesome way. And here it is right now. Bam. It's like a transformer pretty much. So what a UV is pretty much is the flattened version of your 3D model. Now you guys didn't see me do this during the time-lapse video because UVing is not really something I want to show to you guys, but I did UV this creeper model beforehand on another program, which is Hedis UV Layout. It's a good program to UV your 3D models, so I did that beforehand, and this is what it will look like, or this is what it looks like on the final version of the creeper. Here's the UV map. That's the texture map, to be specific, right there. Here's the actual texture map in raw form. With so this is what I'm showing you guys right now. This is the Photoshop file. That's the raw Photoshop file. So there it is. There's your color information right there. And oh yeah, sorry, I didn't tell you guys, but the purpose for flattening out your 3D models is so that you can have other information in it, such as color, textures, displacement, normal map, you know. So that's what's important about modeling, is you need to learn and you need to know how to UV your 3D models. And yeah, because when you're modeling something, you're just modeling the vertices and polygons. You're pretty much just making a shape, but adding color in and texture, that's a whole different process because you're messing around with the maps. And how can you have a map of a 3D model if you haven't UV'd the model out yet? So that's pretty much the purpose of UV mapping. Alright, so that's pretty much the purpose of making UVs for your 3D model. So let's look at other UVs, or so let's look at other maps, shall we? And this is the displacement map. So the texture map is actually the color of the 3D model, while the displacement map is the details. So all those nifty details that I did on the creeper, they're all right here in this map. So all I gotta do is plug this in Maya, or pretty much any 3D modeling program out there, and it will actually link the displacement map to the low poly form of your 3D model, and when you render it out, it will actually look like the details are there, but when it's actually not. So that's the purpose of the displacement map, is to pretty much for the fine details. Now I honestly don't know what the normal map is, so here's the normal map right here. All I know is that it's just as important as the displacement map, and it has something to do with detail. Up till now, I still don't know the difference between the normal map and the displacement map, but I do know that the displacement map is all about bringing out the detail in the actual model when you're rendering it out, while the normal map is about, I don't know. I really don't know. But when I look at it, the normal map has all the fine details that I've been talking about. So if you look at the stomach and the head, you see those fine sharp curves right there. Yeah, that's the detail pretty much. So I don't really know the difference between the displacement map and the normal map, but they do the same thing. It's all about detailing, while the texture map that I showed you guys earlier is for color. So yeah, that's the texture maps for this 3D model, and yeah, that is it for the Minecraft Creeper. If you guys enjoyed this, please like, comment, and favorite this, and share it to your other fellow Minecraft people. So huge fan of Minecraft, so I had to do this. So if you guys are curious for my next real life Minecraft ZBrush model, it might be the Enderman or the zombie pigman. But anyways, yeah, so this video will go with my ZBrush sculpting series. So this this video is actually the second one. So I'll have more videos like this in the future as time goes by. I'll have time-lapse sculpting videos, and I'll be commenting on them. So why not? So if you guys are new to my videos, please check out my other videos. I'm an artist, so I do things like these. I sculpt and I make masks, and I work on 3D models, like such as this creeper right here. If you guys haven't already, please like my fan page. That'll be facebook.com/JuanFreakShowCaparis. And if you guys have a Twitter, please follow me. That'll be twitter.com/evilslot13. The links for that will be in the description below. And thank you for watching this.